Welcome back, everyone. Let's play Kerbal Space Program, episode number 11. It's been a long time since episode 10. Not in game, obviously. Almost no time has passed, which is also my way of saying that nothing has happened off camera. But that's really because there's no missions for me to do. It's really quite a barren contract landscape right now, which I hope is rectified. We can always kind of encourage that by completing missions. I don't imagine that we'll be rescuing Sheffel yet, but it's our time to shine. We're going to go orbit the Mun, do an orbital spacewalk, and then return. That's the plan. We can at least do that much and then get the next contract after that. I'm not sure if we'll get to an actual landing this time. And what I want to do, I'm not even sure if this is what we want to do. Okay, by the way, it must be Delta V. There it is. Altitude vacuum. Yeah, that's perfect. People were asking me about... you could set it like this, so you can tell exactly how much Delta V you got. So yep, we got 3,000 in the top tank. Now, how much... So this is my ship, my first ship, number 2. But we've seen that this is pretty potent as far as if we can get her up there nicely. It's potent from the perspective that it seems to really be able to... Well, go the distance. It seems like it has the wheels to go pretty well into the atmosphere. Now, okay. So first of all, let me not do this. We're gonna create. I want to create a new ship, so I guess I'll just do this like this. My first ship, number 3, might be the one that takes us to Mun orbit. Now, I want to keep my first ship, number 2. As my satellite thing, but bear with me for a moment here. What if we jettison the top part of this and replace it with a command module? I want to keep track of how much weight this is too, because I'm not sure if it'll be less or more, and Delta V will adjust accordingly. 27.9, let's call it. 27.9. 27.9. Okay, so it's about 0.1, call it 0.2 heavier. 0.2 heavier, and it's not done yet because we need parachute, and if this thing actually wants to come back and land. And I think we're not done yet again, because this thing is probably going to need... I need to up the thrust a little bit since it's... Well, fine. Just leave it at 82.5. Not only that, we're going to need to replace this with an actual quad group. Still like it to be lined up. This is lined up. Alright, so we're going with a 4 for the best control. And that is unfortunately a little bit inside of our thing. Let's make this one a double, but offset 45 degrees. That looks good. Also raise this thing up even more. Just get it to the Mun. Go, go, go. No, we don't need to do that, but wow, boy, you can really elevate this thing. That's comical. I wonder if it gets more unstable the higher it is or something. I mean, there's got to be some trade-off, right? It only costs 200. All right, my first ship, number 2. So this might be the one that takes us to a Mun orbit. And that's a pretty mundane task. Tortuga, you shouldn't. I know. But only thing we're missing is, I think, one coupler right here. This thing is just going to be completely null and void, except for the top part. It's the only thing I'm going to try to take back with us. Okay, good. By golly, I think that this might do it. This just might do it. Let's just give it a go. I'm not sure how this will work in place of the RCS, by the way. Yeah, so there's no RCS on this anymore, right? I wish I could get a full part layout. I did remove it though, I think. I mean, the easiest way of... Oh, yeah, see, we don't need those. Do not need those. By the way, I mean, I'm not sure if I mentioned this or if you're watching the Terra Invicta series, but I've been sick, which is why I wasn't recording stuff for a while. In fact, my throat is still a little bit scratchy. So Kerbal suffered a long delay, which was unexpected, but I want to... We're definitely landing on the Mun. We want to go probably explore at least all the Kerbin-related bodies. Yeah, because at some point we're going to pass the point beyond which I've never... Oh my gosh, going to the Mun and doing on orbit for 8,000? This is... If this actually works, I'll take it. So let's see if we can take it or not. Now again, this is not just a Mun flyby. Now we want to do an actual Mun orbit. Is this enough for a Mun orbit? I actually don't think so. I want to try one more thing. Just one more thing. Which is maybe a little bit ambitious. I want to add one extra fuel tank in here. Just a teeny one. But it'll translate to quite a lot. Okay. Does all this make sense? Let's find out. We can start off with that and that at the same time. It's good. Then that. Then that. Oh. Oh dear. Well, that does no longer... No, we do not want that to happen, so let's do it this way. Alright, there we go. I'm not like convinced this is gonna work. But if it does, that'll be great. That would be great. So it's only 8,000 or so. Alright. Here you go. Okay, I'm glad that becomes like physics disabled, because our fins definitely went through that thing. Through the little launch pad debris. Speed looks good compared to altitude. We know this thing will be very unstable, so we'll wait probably until, oh, I don't know, about 8,000 before we start to tempt fate with pushing over. We do want to push over. Alright, so far so good. We're going to lose the ability to turn over. I mean, I guess it's just easy to turn over because we have wings. We have balanced wings. Okay. Don't really like all this torquing around. Okay, good. Just settle. Alright, try to get back. Come on. Come on, we really gotta keel like completely over at this point. Well, or just not have that anymore. So let's get rid of that. And how are we doing? Probably not great. Good lord, 170,000. Could that have been less efficient? Yes, but not... Gosh, not by much. Should have really just forced it. Anyways, it's a long ride to the top now. Boy, that was something. What do you think our orbital speed is? I'm going to try that again. I want to get it right. Just want to do something right in my life for once. So it does kind of rattle back and forth. It's settled. Okay, now that it is settled. RCS is not going to matter, but whatever. Let's go. Alright, so we're going to start our turn a little bit earlier. This thing is pretty stable, so I don't see a reason not to. Maybe we'll start it at 6,000. You know what, I might go into blue as well just to make it more of a smooth thing. I'm not sure if I need to do that or not. But I don't like the oscillations, so I'd like to really smooth this out. And this is one place where MechJeb would be helpful. I just don't want to... I'm going to try to not use mods, though. Not exactly sure if this is too fast or not. Anyway, 6,000. Let's go. Let's get to 45. Be much more aggressive this time. try not to be as wasteful with those motions. Okay, let's really start cranking now. Awesome. Awesome. We have like not enough atmosphere to actually do it, which is nice. But this is much better than the last one, at least. And almost out. Alright. That is a lot better. Oh man, that's wonderful. I will take that. Okay, and remember, we have a little bit of extra delta V. Well, I guess it's not really, it's not compared to the satellite, it's actually less because I guess the weight of everything is heavier. Is 3,000 enough to go to the Mun? It's enough to do a flyby, that's for sure. Is it enough to get an orbit in? I think so. I do think so. How are we doing? Okay, the net electric charge might be a bit of a problem. I didn't really think about that much. But we're on the hook for electric charge. Oh no. There it is. And do this the old-fashioned way. Alright, so when do we want to start completing our burn? Where is the Mun? It is there. So we're not going to want to do... Yeah, well, we can't just go right away, that's for sure. So this is going to require, unfortunately, quite a lot of extra thrust to get a stable orbit going from an apoapsis of 110,000. So we're going to lose a little bit there, but I guess in theory we need to make a, eventually we're going to need to make a push all the way to the Mun. So if this is a little bit bigger, I think it's still less efficient to do it this way, but doing an apoapsis of 110,000, it's like we needed energy in the orbit anyway. It's probably not exactly where we wanted to direct it, but okay. And we should get ready for... Okay. We should get ready for our burn. Actually, I want it to happen probably right now. Okay, so let's lock here and go. Still dropping, that's good. So we got to about 1150, is what I'm guessing. It's not too bad, although we did start this a little bit too late, unfortunately. This has got to get way up there. This is falling right now, which I'm okay with. I had this backwards. I was thinking... anyway. Alright, well we have an orbit. And we have 1,800 left. I'm not sure we're going to do this. There's probably a number you can just look up and ask, like, well, is this enough to go to the Mun or not? That number is probably available somewhere. I could have just done, dealt with it. Okay, so we have this. We actually want a very close encounter with the Mun. Right where we flip. Oh, too much. Okay, that was a... Okay, what the hell is happening here? Oh, this is on the second pass. Okay, let me just move this a smidge. Okay, I want to do this. Close a little bit more. We don't need to have like the smallest orbit. You just need any orbit, but that's the easiest to achieve if you it's easiest to achieve if you actually get your periapsis really small. Okay, 145 is pretty good. Let's go over here and let's tick the time forward and back. I want to tick the time forward and back. Is that... where's the time? Oh, this is the time, right. That's too big of a jump, 232. Let's go back. This tool is so helpful. Oh my gosh, it's so helpful. Let's go by 1 second. 145, which way is the right way? 152, not that way. 138. 132. Not that I'll ever be able to manage to do this 126 at the exact right time. 121, we're getting close. 116. 111. Okay, we are not... I thought it was going to drop off and... Okay, double click. 95. 89. 85. 81. Alright. This is doable. 79. Because if I can cut back a little bit. 78. Oh. 70, okay, so good. So 79. 78, basically 79, 79, 79. Okay, good. So this is the sweet spot right here. At 79,000, I think is going to be fine for us to close. This is 825. Then we go all the way over here. I guess I can just focus on the MUN now. So we can go all the way over here, and then we can target our periapsis here, add a maneuver, and see how much delta V it's going to require. This is going to be only 100 to close the loop. That's the efficiency. So it's 100 to close the loop, it'll be about 100 to open the loop, and then we're good. So we're looking at about 1,000. I think we're looking at about 1,000 delta V, so we should have around 800 delta V left. So wait, no, sorry. So it's 1,000. It's 100 here, but then it's another 100 to leave, and that means actually it's not much to leave. It's like a smidge to leave. You know. Yeah. So I think we're gonna have around, let's just call it like 700 to play with it when we're going back in, which is more than enough. All right. This is all good. Everything is looking good. Let's go. Let's jump to the next whatever it is. Hopefully we have enough electric charge for everything I want to do here. Oh boy, I need to go back to my... There it is. Good old tilde key. Alright, we're closing in on the thing we want to do. Turn off SAS. Yeah, I'm excited. This is great. And the fact that we're actually going to be launching from basically our periapsis is actually really efficient. Alright, burn time in 30 seconds. I don't know why we're a little bit off axis. So I will adjust slightly. I don't know why. Okay, looks good. We'll start in 8 seconds. I might as well be lined up because here we go. So I think this should pass us by eventually. Okay, let's chase it. So I gotta say, I want to be basically perfect with this thing. It's scary to see my delta V bleeding away. 10 seconds left. Definitely be the furthest away we've ever been. And alright, we have something crazy is happening. Let's find out what exactly. As long as I still have a periapsis, you know, above like 10K or whatever. Ooh, what? One periapsis of what? Okay, cancel the next maneuver just so I can see What? How did this happen? How did things get so wrong? We need to go a little bit more. Yeah, we need to go a little bit more. Okay, 180,000. 130. Is that going to be okay? Alright, 100,000. That's fine. I mean, basically, I think that the more we do right now, the less we do later. So it is good to be a little picky about this. 75. I'm going to leave it at 75. We have 1,000 left. It should take us 100 to get that closed up. And then very little after that to unclose it. And that should take us back around Kerbin. And then we can use whatever amount left we want to do, well, really whatever we want. Great. So let's now redo essentially that maneuver. Okay. I know we already practiced this, simulated it. Let's try it again. Only took 90. Well, I think it was actually a little bit more. But basically, this is fine. 90. That's a good... Let's warp to this point. It's going to take a long time. I should have other missions going on if I want to be efficient about time, but we're not going to worry about that too much. Basically arriving with the mun nicely, and then we're basically not moving fast enough because it's, you know, doing a full orbit and all that, and we're like just whoop. So we gotta use a lot of our burn now to try to keep up with it. Okay, we need to go this way. Not an SAS, let's try to get this just right. Looks good to me. Should be more or less correct. And this is only going to be a burn for, whatever, 3 seconds. Alright, I'm ready. 10 seconds left. Then we got to get ready to do some science right away. Probably should have already done some science, but 2, 1, go. We have achieved orbit. Perfect. And that is contract complete. Stable orbit has been achieved. Mission control is still debating the best way to get you back. Back to toothbrush, right? That's 76,000, lots of money. 6 science, and 4 reputation, even though we don't really care much about that. Also an additional 25,000 for the milestone of entering the orbit. Another 3 science. Not too much science, but we can also change that by... Alright, Mr. Jebediah, if that is your real name. Let's do a crew report. Ah, we've already been high over. Okay, fine, fine. If we get low enough, I think that this is biome specific. So it would have been a lot more interesting. And, you know, we could hang around and actually do a few orbits. We go to the apoapsis, we can burn retrograde at just a smidge. It'll put us very close. I don't think we need to do that, though. However, we are on the contract for orbital spacewalk near the mun. Over the mun. Okay, that's it. Just need to do a spacewalk. There it is. Not bad. EVA. Apparently we've already done this. What? Okay, exceptional work. Now get back into the vessel before this turns into a rescue mission. That's the first time we perform a spacewalk, but we've already done an EVA? Oh, right. We flew by the mun before, and we did the EVA, but we weren't technically in orbit. Ah, tricky, tricky. Now we just got to bring her home. Well, we did build this thing specifically to get home. This time we're not going to worry about it. We got the module as a heat shield, and we got it. Oh, Lord. I didn't... Okay, it should be fine, actually, but I don't think you need drogue chutes when you only have the module. It's so light, it slows down. I think it slows down enough. There's only one way to find out, but I'm pretty sure that this is fine just as is. So we've actually done all the things we need to do here. The only thing left to do is just get home. Yeah. So with that said, I guess it's already time to work on our escape plan. Okay, now we have to think about this in terms of when do we want to escape the Mun? So right now, if we were just to burn prograde again, I don't think that that's what we want to do. So we would be in a Kerbal escape. Needless to say, I don't think that's what we want to do. So we will end up spending quite a lot. But let's just figure out where the best path for us is. It's probably going to be like right here. And it'll be a little bit more expensive to do. But it'll send us home a lot better. Oh, good lord, that's not it either. Seeing a lot of concerning Kerbal escapes. There we go. Okay, so now we can min-max it over here. I would have thought that the escape path you wanted was to leave, like, to have the escape happen, like, right here. That would mean that you were launching backwards out, slowing yourself down with respect to the Mun's orbit around Kerbal. You'd have a slower orbit around Kerbal, which means that since the speed on this side affects the distance you'll be, well, yeah, I mean, it's how fast you're going to be pulled in. It's basically the distance on the other side. So I would have thought that that would have been the way to go. And it is. Okay. Okay, never mind. It's not about where you... Okay, I get it now. It's not about where... It's just a stupid misunderstanding on my part for a second. It's not about where you leave, it's about where you're burning. So if we burn like this, yeah, and you can see, this is doing what I said, slowing yourself down with respect to, like, orbit around Kerbal, and you can see that the periapsis is going to be very small. Well, yeah, 393,000 is something we'll still have to work on, but anyway, it'll be on, it says 10 million, but this looks a little bit confusing. It seems to me that this, even though it's saying we escape out here, it looks like we're inside of the Mun's orbit. So that means that although it looks like we're being launched out this way, I guess that's not totally accurate. Let's go ahead and min-max it a little bit. Just move it 1 second forward, back. 375. 374. Are we basically already there? Yeah, okay, we're already there. 74, 1. 374, 1, 373. 72, okay, so up by 2 seconds at a time then. 72, 72, 1, 1, 68, 64, okay. 57, let's go up to a bigger number. 353, well, it's good to do this, I guess. It's not necessary, but you know, if we wanted to, we could get good value out of this. Whoop. I'm down to 333, 329, 316. Okay, we're getting some good benefit out of this. 300, or 286, 269, 243, 222. Wish we could have this. Maybe I can do it. There we go. 200, 178. In fact, we can just see it going smaller. Oh, it's okay. We got there. Whoa! We can do it from here. My goodness. We could do a re-entry. You know, all it took was knowing that this tool existed. Thank you, everybody who helped me realize this is how you do it. Very cool. So I was going to do something pretty inefficient, it turns out. A periapsis of around, was it going to be like 350? And I was going to be okay with that. and it wouldn't have mattered. We could have easily made that work with a delta V of 953. But it turns out if we just play around with it a little bit more, we're going to end up being just fine by going right into the atmosphere. Alright, so this is going to be a day away. Let's go ahead and go over to that. That explains it, because it's rotating with... I was like, wow. Okay, now everything makes sense. It is basically burning backwards and all that, so, okay. Oh, got that just right. Beautiful. That looks dead on. Alright, so we're at 30 seconds. This doesn't have to be perfect. Go ahead and start 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Alright, how are we looking here? Our periapsis is 53. You know what? I'll take it. And now I want us to kind of think about where we are. We're right here. I want to start a maneuver to go backwards. Yeah, we can cut it down even more if we want. But what I probably am going to end up doing is burning retrograde when we are getting close to the atmosphere to basically slow us down as much as possible. Something like this. It'll be something like this. Try to cut us down as much as possible. Now this is going to decrease our periapsis. Okay, not by much though. No, I think it actually should be decreasing it quite a lot. Is that a 0 periapsis? Is that why? It probably is a 0 periapsis. That would be a 17-second burn. We're going to be going so fast on this side that might be not a... I mean, anyway. I think we'll just go ahead and leave this maneuver as something we can warp to. Alright. So, what's the time to periapsis? 4 minutes, yeah. So, we have 30 seconds left. And so once we get to about 30 seconds to periapsis, that's probably when we start our burn. So it doesn't need to be here. It's even more efficient if we do it this way. And we basically just want to give this like all the rest of what we have. So we'll call it 800. Yeah, and that's going to be pretty good. So we'll be cutting down even before the atmosphere does anything. We'll be cutting this down into an apoapsis of 270. It's going to kill off a lot of our speed. It's just going to make our re-entry into the atmosphere a little bit nicer. We have plenty of electric charge. I don't know why I didn't get rid of the monopropellant. That would have saved us. Would have made everything a little smoother, but obviously we didn't need it. Okay, let's just move on in. We don't even need this. I don't know why I have this still there. I already know what it's going to do more or less. And we know what we want to do is just burn retrograde to kill off a little bit of this speed before re-entering. And then it's all good luck. Good luck, Godspeed. And you will be having lots of speed. Come on. I mean, I guess I'm stupid. We can just do this. And then turn it off. Alright, we got 1 minute. Probably starting to show some signs of life here. No, still more. If we have anything else we want to do, like I don't think we have any more crew reports or anything to do. An EVA? This EVA better be quick. Yeah, nothing. I was bored. We don't really... This is not a science, mission appropriate vessel, so we'll wait on that. Oh, it looks like I do need to go retrograde back. We have the electric to handle it. Zoom our way into the atmosphere, and now we're 1 minute out. Just about time. Are we going to end up back at KSC? No, not at all. We do have to remember to jettison our pod as well. Our, rocket. Alright, I think we're going to go ahead and burn. Oh, okay, well, let's let the periapsis catch up a little bit. Still have, what, 25 seconds left? There it is. Alright, that's good. So I think we'll end up doing this in a single shot. I'll just go ahead and kill everything off here. In fact, the more we're burning now, I think the more we burn like right now, the shorter this is. I don't really want to land on land though. Let's save that 6 seconds. We might not, yeah. Yeah, we might actually have to make a loop before everything slows us down enough. We're only going down to 50,000. I could have, prevented this. It actually is a little bit annoying. I might have to pause the video to wait for the atmosphere to break. I do these breaks a lot, where I haven't shown this kind of vessel yet, but when I want to recover the whole thing, I have it here so that it'll split, and then we're fine. But when I want to recover the whole thing, I have it so I'll do these really lengthy, super long atmospheric slowdowns, where my periapsis and my apoapsis are both around like 50,000 or 60,000 even. Yeah, that quickly changes obviously because you're being braked, but okay, so let's burn now. All right, good. We're coming home now. Apoapsis is fast approaching, which means this is probably going to soon be the apoapsis. And it looks like we're actually going to make it back right around, surprisingly close to KSC. When we get to our apoapsis, that's where I'm going to do a quick maneuver to jettison this. I don't think we have the ability to carry it. Might not be that heavy. And because the rockets are, they are meant for heat. Oh, looks like it's gonna... This is fine. I'm okay with this happening. In fact, this is probably a good moment for us to... Let's go ahead and push retrograde. Jettison that. And now we're going to be stuck. Yeah, basically this thing likes to sit retrograde. We'll help that along a little bit. And goodbye. That part will be landing on its own somewhere. We're closing on our apoapsis. At this point, I'm going to do a quick save. And then I'm going to speed up time as much as possible. And probably I'll pause the video because I don't think this is all that fun to watch. I don't know if it is. It is beautiful. This game is... Okay, it is fun to watch. What am I saying? It's tickled pink that we're going to end up back pretty close to the KSC. Which every time I say it does sound to me a little bit like I'm saying KFC, and then I start thinking about fried chicken. Okay, anyway. Hopefully we can make this work at 4x. I don't want to have to do this that many times if we fail. But everything's going according to plan right now. I'm sure we're at our apoapsis. Yeah, it's behind us now. Past it. We're going to land in the water, which is nice. Lots of things looking good. I will specifically ask to stay retrograde. We have no other use for our electric charge right now other than to make sure it slows us down a whole bunch. But considering we had this orbit of 50,000 for apoapsis and periapsis at some point, that already tells us that the orbit speed was pretty low. So I'm pretty confident about this. As soon as we drop below around 1,000, if we still have like 20,000 of cushion left, we're definitely going to be okay. A little bit further away from KSC than I would have liked, but that's okay. Looks like we're already good to deploy our parachute, which I am shocked it didn't kill me doing that at full 4x physics warp. Take another quick save here, and then we'll rush this thing to the bottom. I think I'll just cut away, and I'll see you back in a moment. Well, everything went according to plan, I would say. that worked out very well. I had not tested that type rocket craft or anything, and we just kind of flew by the seat of our pants. I only mention that because I'm proud. We did it, We did it without really knowing if it would work. And that kind of mystery, I think a lot of people who are watching this series have already done these things a number of times, and I'm still in that phase where I don't know if something's going to work, and it's really exciting. So you'll have to go back and remember your first experiences. Well, I have orbited Mun. I've landed on the Mun before, so it's not like this is the first time I've ever done it, but that design, I'd never thought of doing a design like that, so it wasn't a pure solid rocket booster, right? Because we still had, the space stage was, controllable. But I do have an idea of maybe trying to get one that is pure solid rocket boosters to get to the Mun. Anyways, we recovered only 800 from this. Still got 16 science. I'm an idiot. I didn't do a water sample basically when we landed, but that's okay. There'll be many other opportunities to land in the water and get those. And 800 back from, what was it? Well, it's not just 800, it's 200 each, right? 250, 450, yeah. So it's 400, 800, it's 1200 back off an initial cost of about 8,000. That's pretty good to me. We basically got to the Mun on 7,000. I'll take it. Mun orbit for 7,000. That's good. And it's all due to this exceptionally large, very high altitude launch initial condition. Anyway, I'm going to call the video to a close here, let my voice keep healing up, but these missions, I don't expect these videos to be coming out so far with so much time space between them. So yeah, you can expect the next one probably in 4 or 5 days, not whatever it was since the last one. And I do apologize about that. Nothing I could do. I just feel bad that people hopefully weren't waiting on it or anything. Or yeah. Okay. Anyways, until the next one. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have fun kerballing and take care.